Well, good morning. Today is March the 4th. It's 8:50 a.m. and I am outside the doctor's office to go in and get the results of my 4K prostate test. Kind of blows my mind. It's been over 3 months since I started this vlog, and over just around 6 months since we started this whole, is it prostate cancer, is it not prostate cancer? Anyway, I'm about to go inside, and while I do that, I will take you back to the beginning of this vlog in the end of last year and explain how this has taken 3 months to get so far. Hey up, it's Theme Park Bazza here. Don't worry, Mrs. Bazza will be here later on in the vlog. Today's vlog is a continuation of my medical issues with my prostate that we put a vlog up just before Christmas and took you through the last 6 months of what's been going on. It's now December the 14th. And time for another update and start the next series of updates for you as we go through the next steps. And remember, as we left off last time, I was talking to my doctor about a 4K blood test to decide if we needed to do a biopsy based on the likelihood that my prostate has cancer or could get cancer in the future. So to catch up with that, there was a lot of messages backwards and forwards with my doctor, urologist doctor, around this test. Has it been set up? Has it not been set up? Has it been set up? Has it not been set up? So eventually she had to do it. I couldn't do it. And she managed to set it up. And at the same time, she was asking me to set up the biopsy again. And I'm like, well, aren't we supposed to be doing the test to sort of to see if I do need a biopsy? I do have an appointment with the surgeon late in January. That is the earliest appointment I can get. I am also on the list if there is an early appointment to review the lists of the 4K blood test, but obviously we need to get the blood test done first so that he has them for January, and then we can decide, 28th of January I think, then we can decide if we are going to go ahead with the biopsy, which may lead to radiation treatment if there is cancer found. So that's where we are at the moment. And also I was trying to set, I also have some of my regular checkups with my doctor in January, and I said I'll go to her instead, we can review them. But she wanted to keep me in the urologist department. And I thought it was interesting as well, just for you not in North America. Every time I see the urologist, I get a bill of about $100 for a 15-minute appointment. But if we look at what the cost is without insurance, it's like $350 for 15 minutes. So even paying insurance is still $100. So you just be aware there are costs for doing this, but your health is worth it, of course. Anyhow, a couple of weeks ago, this turned up in the post, which is in the thumbnail, which I knew nothing about. I thought we were just setting up an appointment for me to go and get a blood test at a specialist centre. And this thing turned up, and I don't know if you can see in the thumbnail, but there's like all kinds of instructions in here. They gave me a couple of vials to put blood in, and they gave me an ice pack to keep it cool. And then they also gave me an envelope with to seal it in for hazardous waste and send it off, I am assuming somewhere, with they gave me a hazardous waste bag as well for putting it all in, and you can see that. So luckily there was a telephone number in here, and I rang the Australian gentleman I spoke to involved, and I said, am I supposed to do this myself? I was supposed to inject and take these out and send them. He goes, oh no, he says, you just make an appointment at the same place where you normally get blood tests, like Quest, which if you watch the other vlog, that's where we went, and take this kit in, and they will hopefully they will understand what to do. There's some instructions here, and they will take the blood and they will send it off to a special examination centre again. And the idea is to look at the prostate itself again, but also look at the DNA or the leading indicators in my physiology to see if I have the potential of getting cancer in the future, which could all help you make a decision. So today is the 14th, Saturday. Monday morning, 9 a.m, I have to take this kit down. I have an appointment booked at 9 a.m. with Quest. Hopefully give them this kit and they understand what it's all about with the instructions, and they will send it off. And I should be able to see the results from Quest within a few days, even though my appointment with my doctor is not until the end of January. And so when I get those results back, I'll pop back in again and share them with you. So stay tuned. Welcome back. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Yes, quite a bit of time has passed since the last posting in this vlog, which was in December, just after the blood test. I was hoping to be able to see the results from the blood test online and then make some decisions depending on what they were like if I needed to sort of prepare for a biopsy. Unfortunately, when I look in the medical portal, it just says the results have been sent to your doctor for review. And I did speak to somebody in the industry who told me that that sometimes is the case, where the doctor will sort of not publish the results until they have had a chance to have a consultation with you. So just to catch up, the 4K blood test is really sort of an in-depth focus on the prostate to sort of look at its health and also leading indicators in your family history and in your, well, more in your physique, obviously in your body's DNA, if you're likely to get prostate cancer in the future. I'll put it up here on the screen. And the whole point of this is to help you make an informed decision if you think you want to go ahead with a biopsy. I've heard, and it may not be true, you can tell me, but I've heard in the UK that they kind of make you have this, or this is kind of the normal step to have this before they do a biopsy. Over here it's not normal. I had to kind of ask for it specially, because the default situation here in the US seems to be do the operation, guilty and until proven innocent, do the operation. If it comes back negative, you're good. And again, if I need to have it done, as I said, I'll have it done, but weighing off the risks against the general anesthetic and the sepsis you can get, because that is not the cleanest area to do any kind of operation, and there's a very moderate risk you will get some kind of infection and be on antibiotics and all that kind of stuff. Also, the wait list over here, you would think it's pretty quick, but the wait list is a couple of months. So I was hoping if I saw the results in December, I could kind of get myself on a wait list for around now. But that's not going to happen. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 in the morning, I will go and see the urologist for my $300 15-minute meeting with him. First time I've met the urologist. I've met his assistant before, but it's the first time, and this is the guy who would do the biopsy if it needs doing. So I'll go and see him, get the results, and then I'll pop back here and share the results with you. Okay, well, it's the 28th. It is now 8 minutes past 10 in the morning. My appointment this morning was at 8:40. So it's been an hour and a half, and I am none the wiser as to my bloods. So here's what happened. I got there at 8:40, and they put me in a room and said, have you done your blood test? And I said yes, in December, and she looked shocked. Then I sat there for 40 minutes, and the doctor came in and said, hey, sorry about your delay, we're trying to get your blood tests. And then about 10 minutes later, the same person who checked me in came in and said, where did you have your blood taken? And then another 40 minutes later, the doctor came in and apologized profusely and said they've been tracking everything, and my bloods were taken correctly back on the 16th of December, but then got shipped to the wrong laboratory for testing, so nobody's tested it. Now he thinks the blood can still be used and tested again for the 4K test. So what he did was, again, apologized, refunded my visit today, so I don't pay my $300 for 90 minutes of sat in a chair. And then he is going to call me when he thinks he will have the results, so that we can then book another appointment for me to go in again and get the results. So, he said if that's all we're here for, very disappointing. I mean, that was the only thing I was going in for. It just annoys me when you go to these places and you do all the prep work and, nobody's done the homework when you get there to prepare for your visit, for coming, Anyway, I guess it is what it is. I'm just on a bit of a whinge, because you build yourself up for this, especially results for something like this, and then find that you're back to square one again, and we're heading off to the UK very soon. So we might not know until we get back from there. It's just a matter of waiting for a phone call to find out when they can get the bloods to the right lab, if the bloods are still good to use, when that lab can process the blood results, and when the doctor can get me back in again to give me the results of it. So there you go. All fun. Not really. But it is what it is. Max would have been here with me today, but if you're following our other vlogs, this is kind of, not real time. But in the real-time vlogs, we're getting the garage floor done today, and he's coming back in to fix the problems with the garage floor. So Max wanted to be with me, and probably a good job she didn't come, because, she'd have been very frustrated, sat there for 90 minutes in that very small room. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Lowe's on the way back to the click and collect. I've ordered some stones, and I've ordered the insulation for the garage. We talked about the insulation on the garage door. I'm going to pick that up as well, and basically you just pull up in a bay and they throw it in the back. I prepared the car, put the seats down, put some cloths in, because I thought it's not quite on the way home, but as I was going to be out here. And by the way, if you're ever trying to do these doctor's appointments, don't do them at 8:30 in the morning, because it was a nightmare. What should have been a 10-minute ride through like Windermere and that area what should have been a 30-minute ride took 10 minutes longer, took 40 minutes, just no tail traffic. Anyhow, I'm going to head over to Lowe's, pick up this stuff, and then head back to the house and give you an update later on. I'm back. I'm back.
You're back.
All happy and jolly?
No, I bet not.
No?
No.
No?
No, probably not. After what you've just been through.
Yeah, I think you'd have been more fed up than me.
Oh God, I would not. I'd have walked out. I would not have stood there for an hour.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, it's an hour and a half. So time to get my morning coffee. They're in the garage now, as you can probably hear, scraping the floor. And then I just put the foam up here, and I'll bring the other rocks in afterwards. So stay tuned. I'll get back to this vlog as soon as I have an update as to more information. I will go on the our Facebook group, and I'll let them know we didn't get the results today in real time. And then I'll let you know when we do get some more next steps. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is now February the 8th, so 2 weeks since I last put an edit on this vlog. A week as I left last time, the doctor said if you don't hear anything back from us in a week, give us a call. So I gave them a call. Today is a Saturday. I called them at the beginning of the week on Monday, and they just said, oh, the blood tests take 1 to 2 weeks to come. So that was it. I had no updates. Are you sure the blood tests are being done? And said yes, you know, but we'll get back to you when we have. And this arrived just now on Saturday in the mail, and it is a bill for $395 from GenPath for the 4K blood test. So this must be the people who did it, and they say that's the full. I shouldn't be paying that much. I should be paying about $100, but it says they have nothing on record about my healthcare coverage, and I have to go to a website to put all that in. So yeah, the saga continues. So now I've got to try and get some of this $400 back by putting this in, and then hopefully it doesn't have the results of the test. It just said the date of service was the 16th of December, 2024. That's when they took the blood off me. So I don't know if this was for them doing the... No, this must be from these guys, because this is from the urology department. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there's the latest update as of the 8th of February. I now have a bill to pay, and I'll get back to you when I hear from the doctors when we can schedule getting the results themselves. Hello again. It is actually February the 11th. Just doing another quick update. Just had a quick shower, and I've got me big kite, and we've got our suitcases there ready to go. We are jumping on whatever it is, VS75 or 76 to Manchester in about 6 hours for our break to the UK. But I got some news in last night, and just to take you back a little bit to what happened over the weekend as well, is I was getting a bit frustrated, of course, not hearing anything, and every time I rang the doctors, I never spoke. The reception just went and spoke to somebody and came back and said, tests are in progress. Nobody would speak to me. So I ended up over the weekend messaging the assistant to the urologist who I met back in October. She's the one who inspected my todger, so I felt we had, a good relationship. And I just laid out my sob story to her about waiting for months, not hearing anything, the thing being messed up, me sat in a room for 90 minutes, all this type of stuff. That was over the weekend, and actually she came back to me last night about 6 p.m. with this message that I'll put in here, which basically says verbally that everything looks good. She's seen the results, but I still have to go and see the doctor on March the 4th or 5th, whatever it says in that email, that message, to get the all clear, the formal all clear, but all sounds good. So that's the current process. Already told some of the family in the UK, and obviously going there for a couple of weeks now, we will get a chance to tell everybody else. And I'm hoping that's it, though I don't know why he wants to see me for additional treatment, but we'll find out. So what we'll do is I'm going to carry on with this packing, get these bags downstairs, and then I'll come back here and speak to you probably second week or just after I see them, which is like the beginning of March. As soon as I've seen the main urologist guy, I'll come back and give you the final update, and we can wrap this vlog up. But good news, going to be a little bit less stressy going on holiday to see the family. Right, I am back. We are back to the 4th of March. I was hoping for some redeeming qualities for this Metro West urology group, but I have just sat in an examination room alone again for nearly 45 minutes until the urologist comes in and gave me exactly the same news that the message I got before we went on holiday, which is all is good. So it's good news, but honestly, if it had not been good news, I would not be moving ahead with this group. They're just not really on it. You know, it's like a 45-minute trip, $300 for a 10-minute talk, which could have been done over the phone. So they just, I don't know. Anyway, I'll get back. I'll share the good news with Max, which we were expecting, and then I'll give my wrap-up feelings on this whole 6 months we've had, and some learnings and best practices if you're going through this. Some things, my takeaway, shall we say, from the last 6 months. Right, I'm back.
You're back.
We are back.
What did he say?
Exactly what the lady said just before we went on holiday.
Typical.
Which is good news.
Yes.
But I just thought I'd do like lessons learned over the last 6 months, I guess. Especially over the last 3 months. I would say if you probably got here with doctors is that you've got to find your own.
Yep.
And don't believe that because one is busy that it means they're a good doctor.
No.
It just means, in my case with this lot, is they're not very organised. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't believe that. You know, I was on the thing, if it's taking weeks and months for appointments, it must be really good. No, it's just they don't really know what they're doing half the time. I would say you got to stay mentally strong, haven't you, through these things, sort of fight it. That's where you helped. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Getting me through all that stuff. Also, go with your gut instinct. You know, I wasn't convinced, even though I was being pushed to have, you know, the biopsy and everything, I wasn't convinced that it was prostate cancer. And I needed to go with the data, I said, go with the data. And if you do need, whatever you do need to do, get it done and do have your annual checkups. But,
That's the most important thing.
I mean, Maxine had an annual checkup. She had some wonky bloods as well.
Yeah, well, she wasn't sure because they don't have a baseline because they've not done these certain bloods here before.
But you got both your tests done on your heart and your liver within 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, the actual test.
Yeah, you had them all done in a few weeks, didn't you?
Yeah, I could have had them done within a week.
Yeah.
But I wanted to push it out.
But that's what I've been through. 3 months just to get a blood test is very unusual.
It is.
For America. I think it's more down to this group and not doing any. And like I said earlier in the vlog, even if I had needed to do a biopsy, I would have pulled the plug on this lot and gone. In fact, I was searching for other urologists in our medical program that I could go to get it done because I wouldn't have these lot doing it.
No.
And when I left,
after the performance they've had.
No, and when I left today, they were like, "Oh, you know, come back. They want to see me in 6 months, and it's not going to happen." I mean, why they? As I said earlier on, why they couldn't call me? Why, you know, come up here for an hour, 2 hours round trip, and pay you $300 to talk to him? Because I said, the results here, why can't you put them in the electronic portal? And he's like, "Oh no, you can't do that. You know, separate results. Let me show you." That's how you do it. You scan
Everybody
it in.
else can do it as well.
Scan it in and you can see the results. So they can see the results were 4.1, which if you're less than 5 is low probability. So he basically wasn't worried about it, but wants to see me back in 6 months. But no, I've got my annual physical in 6 months with my regular doctor, where I'll do my annual blood test again, which again will look for the PSA. PSA was down at 2.8,
right, which
it was originally, apart from the rogue one that we had. But I would say trust your gut. If you're not happy with your provider, and you're in the US, find a different one.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty out there. And this one just seemed to be grabbing for money all the time, didn't they, from that? I was getting pretty irate with them. Even like today, waiting another 40 minutes, just sat in a room with nobody coming in. No, sorry for keeping you waiting. You know, just walk in. Here's your results. Bye. But I would say that I know a very smart gentleman called Lee Out on a Limb. Good friend Lee Out on a Limb. And his superpower is being able to cut through all the BS and just say it as it is, which some people get upset with, but I think it's a great superpower. And Lee's words to me when I was very frustrated with these results were, "You're better waiting 3 months for a negative result than 1 week for a positive one." So there's something to be said in that, even though I'm getting all frustrated about everything, at the end of the day, all is good. Has it changed me? Yes. The reason that we're doing all these trips this year is once your mortality comes into frame, you know, we were going to do like one big trip a year for the next 4 or 5 years. Now we're doing them all in 2 years because who knows what tomorrow will bring. So, you know, it did change us. It did change our outlook and our view on things to get it done. And that's why we're away a lot this year and we'll be away a lot next year. What's the point of saving it if something comes up. You've had a scare. I had a scare. I think as we get older, we'll have scares. And all you can try and do is look after yourselves, get your regular checkups, and if something comes up, as I've always said, get the data. If you don't believe, if your gut tells you there's something wrong, go and get it checked by somebody else. But thanks for watching. As I say, all is good. We'll keep an eye on it as things go forward. And I hope some of this has been helpful. And one of the good things that has come out, there've been a lot of people come up and talk to me in the UK and here who've been through this, who've had the prostate cancer, who've had prostates removed, and it's a very, very survivable thing. It's a very common thing.
It is very, very common.
Very common. So if you do get it and you do get a positive result and you do have to go through biopsies or have operations, the good thing is I got a lot of very positive people who reached out to me and said, you know, this is doable, it's survivable, you get on with your life again as normal. So I just thought I'd pass that on to you. And if you are going through it, kind of, I know part of what you're going through now. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope this vlog was educational, if nothing else. If you like and subscribe, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.